look at everything that you would say is bad in your life, right? From the very first time up until the most recent one. I was like, I'm gonna blow your mind right now. And I told them most of your issues are because of you. And the person took a step back and they're like, no, it's this person, it's Michael, it's you, it's I was like, no, no, no. How many problems did you have where you didn't communicate how you want to be treated? How many of them where you knew the person is not a good person, but you allow them access to you in any various forms? Right. And there's many people who don't want to accept that because they view it as, well, you're putting it on me and not that person. I'm like, no, that person who treated you poorly, they're they're that person too. But they were put in a position to treat you poorly because you allowed them to be in that position. Would you agree?
100%. Yeah. Because when you respect yourself and you unconditionally love yourself, no one gets close enough to do that. They can't treat you a way that you're not going to allow. If somebody starts going against how I treat myself, I immediately call them out on it because I love and respect myself enough to do that. It's not that I'm better or worse than any other living being on this planet. I'm just more self aware of my own journey, right? I'm not ahead or behind anyone else. I'm the only one on my journey. This isn't a competition with anyone else. There is no competition. It's just a journey. And I'm not in a rush to get to the end because the end is death. I'm not looking to ascend. I'm not looking to transcend. I'm not looking to do any of these labels that everyone throws around because that's all manipulation. I'm looking to just grow forward every day until my last day. Waking up every day is the greatest gift I could ever imagine because I have to live into my purpose to impact souls. And if it's only impacting my souls, I know that radiates my soul, that radiates outward to the rest of the world.
What about the people, and you've probably heard this, because I know of his, what about the people who are saying that I'm having difficulty doing that because I don't want to feel bad for telling someone to stop making me feel bad?
That you don't love yourself enough. It's really simple. It's a direct correlation. If you love yourself enough and you unconditionally love yourself when you move into that space, no one can treat you bad because you won't allow it. There's no space in your life for it. They won't even want anything to do with you because they can't stand in your light because you move your vibrational frequency up and they just move out of your way. They don't want to be around you. Yes, you lose a lot of people in your life, but that's also part of life. I'd rather have no one than all the wrong people. I spent my whole life trying to fight to belong with the wrong people. And I'm not better or worse than them. I'm just in a different space. And I'm at my own space. And I got to tell you, I've never felt more belonging in my life than I do today because I belong with myself. I belong with my higher power. I feel safe, secure, and whole. I'm not trying to fill a single void in any shape or form.
I had to have that conversation with someone. It was a friend who we've known each other since we were kids. And I had to explain to him saying that at this point in my life, I'm going in this direction, and it seems that you won't be able to make that journey with me. And I give him examples of what he was doing that I found offensive. And I told him that part of the problem that I was having with you, I'm like, part of it's me. And I explained why. I was like, I was condoning this behavior for a period of time and I decided that I don't want to condone it anymore. Then I gave him examples. And he was resistant. He's like, no, it's not this way. And I find that to be so true where someone is mistreating you and they will try to hide it by saying that it was just a joke. It's not that serious, even though you're telling them, no, I didn't find it funny and it is that serious. What would you want to tell people who are having difficulty trying to find the balance between, I don't want to remove these people from my life because I may be alone and I don't want to fight the feeling of loneliness?
If you're not willing to fight for yourself, then you already gave up, so it doesn't matter. This isn't a battle against anyone else. This is a battle against yourself. The feeling of loneliness disappears. I promise you it does. No one was more lonely than I was in crowds of hundreds of people. I spent tons of money. I did crazy things to always try to be the center of the attention to fill my gaps and my voids, but it never worked because it wasn't real. It wasn't sustainable. When you're looking for external everything, you have nothing internal. So until I was willing to do the work for myself, nothing changed. I was in the wrong jobs. I was around the wrong people. I had the wrong opportunities. I wasn't loving myself. I found that others weren't loving me either because I wasn't loving myself. Nobody can treat you the way that you want to be treated if you're not treating yourself that way. So I don't even go into the details that you go into. I say it very simply. We do not align in life anymore. My path is going one direction. Your path is going another. There is nothing anyone can say to that because it's objective. It's very factual and straight. You're going this way. I'm going this way. It doesn't align. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with me. It just doesn't align for us. And that's it. And people have been very respectful of that sentence because they can't argue something like that because you're taking away the emotional capacity of it, which is the feelings, right? Emotions last 60 to 90 seconds. Feelings are the stories we tell around it. So it's the feelings and the stories that we've created. And whether we're hyper independent, we finally let people in, or whether we're extremely codependent and we don't want to lose what we let in because we don't think there's anyone else in the world that will love us because we don't love ourselves, right? So society has jaded all of us in one shape, form, or another, generationally, societally, culturally, traumas that have been handed down generation over generation. It's I always look at it very simply. In America, in the 90s, it was go to high school, go to college, find a high school, or find a sweetheart, go get married, buy a house, have kids, get cars, and next thing you know, you're $1 million in debt.